Yo, 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 it's your Indian samosa, Manny Reacts, and welcome back to my channel. It's a new year tomorrow. Not only it's a new year, it's a new decade. So I thought, like everyone else is doing, why not do a review of 19 things that I learned this year. Now, doesn't mean that I didn't learn it before. It means I may have learned it again because this year has been a bit crazy. So here we go into it. So my number one is that God is faithful. It's been an up and down year. It started off with me getting baptized, and you know, when you get baptized, you're like, I'm a child of God, and you know, nothing can ever go wrong. I'm clean as new, white as snow, and it doesn't work like that. You get baptized and that's when your battles start, and that's when, you know, you have to kind of put your warrior face on, which I didn't understand when it all began. So I think he was leading me through some situations this year where he allowed me to go through them for me to see, and in order to set me free. So it was like going to Takeshi's castle, go through the thing, and then at the end you will know that you are strong. So not only did I do Takeshi's castle, I did the ninja challenge as well. And you know, throughout it, if there's anything that's remained the same, it was him. You know, it felt like there were some periods where I felt like, oh my God, what is going on? Why is this happening to me? Why? And you know, the Bollywood cries of like, no. But sometimes you have to go through it to see something through, see someone's face for what it really is, to see the situation in a new light. But this time I think I felt like I was being guided through. It's been a year of some messages. Major. Number two, a bit of a personal one. It's been a crucial year for my marriage. I will have been married 6 years next year. And it's been a crazy year for my marriage. We're both very different people. And I think sometimes the little things roll into much bigger things, and it felt like we were kind of reaching the end of the road. Usually it's kind of a fight or a flight situation, and I am always the flight girl. Catch flights, not feelings. Gotcha. But this time when I'm going through, you know, these marital problems, and you know, everyone gets them, no, you know, not unless you are a Disney princess, which with this skin tone I'm not. It felt like as I was going through the problems, I was putting a lot of my problems onto God and was trying to not find a solution, because oh yeah, I'm finding a solution. I'm trying to find a solution. I mean, come on. I'm trying to find a solution as to, you know, what is going on, and I don't know why I'm feeling such things, and it felt like I was broken. But I think as I was relying on God, depending on God, I felt like he was restoring me. So goes back to the scripture in Matthew that says, you know, something along the lines of, what God has joined together, let no one separate. So we ain't separating. Yeah. But it's all about how you hold conversations, how you communicate, And I think we are on a better path of trying to understand each other, culture or no culture, guys. Number 3 is I have a problem with telling people how I really feel. I think there's a small pocket of people where I can be totally honest, but with some people I tend not to share my feelings because I don't want to hurt their feelings, or they're in their emotions and all that type of stuff. And I tend to keep some stuff to myself, and then it festers and it festers, and then I don't like them, I don't want to see them, I'm like, ah. But I need to learn to just be totally honest and just be like, this is how I'm feeling, and that's just how I am. Would I rather be eating my feelings, or would I rather be telling my feelings? I don't think I need to eat anymore, so you're going to hear about it in 2020. Sorry. My number 4 is prioritizing people in my life. I think this year I was prioritizing everyone and anyone. It's like a kind of a buffet style. Everyone wants to come in and I'm prioritizing everyone. I'm running out into the road trying to help someone. I think I tried to help a cat and it still died this year. Someone's called me and they haven't called me in a couple of months, and I'm like, yeah, but I think 2020 is going to be a year where I'm prioritizing certain people, and not prioritizing everyone, because I don't want to make them feel bad, which in turn is going to help me, not become a recluse, because I don't think it's a good thing. I don't know why I said recluse, but it will help me protect myself, protect my sanity in some certain situations. Also probably keep me away from other people's problems, because I tend to just fall into them like a trap. So I think my brain is now saying, it's a trap. So yeah, that's one that I've learned. But my number 5 is I'm not as impulsive as I used to be. When I was much younger, me and a very, very close friend would just go and get on the next train, wherever it was going to, and we would spend the day there, or, we'd buy tickets to a concert, or, just anything, just be impulsive. And I think as I've gotten older, as the responsibilities of a house and a mortgage and a car and a job and, being a carer and being this and that, the impulsiveness of my nature has kind of archived itself, which I've kind of seen this year that, I've changed a little from what I used to be. So 2020 is going to see a bit more impulsiveness. So whilst I try and regain that impulsive Manny, I will be filming it, and let's see where that goes. Let's see if I actually become impulsive. I think number 6 for me is understanding that other people aren't my competition. Now I say this in a jovial mood, like I'm definitely in no pageant. So it's not like I'm fiercely trying to contend with anyone or anything, but I sometimes internally compete on certain matters. I don't know, what it is, but I think I've come to the realization that actually I need to compete with myself, with my mindset, with, the fears and the negativity, and sometimes where my stubbornness and ego comes into play and I don't back down. That's what I need to compete with, and that's what I need to kind of work on, rather than thinking about other people, what they're doing, how great they're doing at, and just think, oh my God, why is it not happening to me? Because it's not a competition. Life as I know it right now is not a competition, and I gotta keep remembering that I'm only competing against myself, and I need to just get not bigger, because I don't need to get bigger. I need to get smaller. But I need to get better and better next year and throughout the future. So my competition is myself, not anybody else. So my number 7 is always trust your gut feeling. So my saying is to so many people is I might not like the look of my gut, but my gut tells me the truth. And even then, sometimes I go against my gut instinct. And I think this year, especially in the past couple of months, there have been situations where even though someone has told me that this situation is not good for you, these people aren't good for you, my gut has also told me that this is not good for you, I have still gone into that situation with all the red signals. Like, I literally forget the red signal. I'm in the red room and it's all blaring, sirens everywhere, everything's going off, and I'm still walking through, gliding into situations where I need to be, but I'm still in there in the thick of it. So I have definitely learned this year is to not only listen to some people and, you know, their observations, because it's good to hear about people's observations, but you still got to make your own damn decision. But when my gut is telling me something is a bit locha, which is a bit like, you know, shady, you gotta listen to that gut instinct. So I will be listening to you a bit more. So my number 8 is a saying that I've learnt this year is the surest path to regret is thinking you know anything about anyone. So this year has been pivotal where I think you'd say, well, no, not seeing people's true colours, because the colours were already there. The primary colours were already there. The secondary colours were even there. God, the whole damn rainbow was already there. But sometimes you try and believe in the betterment of someone and think that, you know, no, this is not it. This is not them. This is them, because you are wanting something better for them. But someone once told me, if you assume, you are making an of you and me. So I learned that the hard way this year, being in some situations with some people, that even though they showed you their true faces many times ago, many years ago, that was always them. So yeah, once they show you the first face, why wait around for the second? So number 9 is, my dad always once said to me that you have to almost be like a chameleon, so that you're in situations where if you have to speak the Queen's English with someone, you can do that. But if you have to speak, you know, a little slang, a little this, a little that, with an accent, whatever, you can do that. It makes you not only adaptable, but it also makes you expendable in any situation that you find in. And I think I've taken that to the extreme. And this year I've learned that, you know, yes, it's good to adapt, but sometimes when you are adapting to situations and to people, you are sometimes in situations where the toxicity that you think you know is there, that you know is there, you're trying not to see it, and then the toxicity of the situations then are become normalized because you're adapting to that situation. And whereas you're just going around it, you're normalizing the toxicity. And that I found this year, well, towards the end of the year, found that I was doing a lot of that. And, you know, healthy situations and conversations and just the good in people become rare visitors then. So Yes, I want to be adaptable. Yes, I want to be that chameleon. And yes, I want to be expendable in the situations that are good for me, but not at the expense of me. So I'll be a chameleon when I want it to be, but I need to pick the right moments, because I think this year has been crazy. Has been very crazy. My number 10. Saving money is hard, man. The start of the year was beyond, like, working hard for the money that we earn, me and my husband, especially him. We took it for granted, and I think the more that you earn, because you've worked hard, not because there's a money tree growing or anything, because we're working hard, the more money that you're earning, you're kind of not respecting the money that comes in, basically. And you're like, you'll get something extra here, extra then, and suddenly you're making extravagant purchases, and it's not because you need it, it's because you want it. And I think the respect for that money kind of lost its way this year. So saving money consistently is a conscious effort, which I'm definitely taking into 2020, because I'm in my 30s. Pensions and stuff, if I don't get my head around it now, never will. And I don't want to be begging y'all when I'm on the pension. Talk about £10 a week. I ain't doing that. So yeah, money. And number 11 is a good one. Not everyone needs access to you. So I'm accessible. Like, ring Manny up and Manny will be there. Ring Manny up and talk about stuff because she'll listen. Ring Manny up or talk to Manny because she'll speak on things. I think that's gonna stop, because this year I was the most. So not everyone needs access to you, and the right people will get access to you, but you've got to allow for that access to you in the first place, because sometimes it's not needed. So get a padlock, get a pin lock, put yourself in a chamber or something, but restrict that access. There's going to be a few people who are going to like this one for number 12. So not everything needs a reaction. I learned that the hard way. Not everything needs a reaction, especially the things that you do not get affected by. Like, there's no need for a reaction. And what I've learned in the past few months is true power is having that restraint on yourself, is sitting back, looking and observing. That's true power, especially on the issues where it don't matter to you. Now, the people that really know me that I will fight for anyone's rights. That's just something from when I was little. So I was always there. But I think now, what, if it don't affect me, don't come at me. Because if you don't fight for yourself, no one can fight for you. So yeah, I think 2020 is going to be showcasing that true power of actually take your problems elsewhere. It don't affect me, boo. Number 13 is sometimes you got to pick your mental health even over your nearest and dearest. Like, sometimes it's okay not to pick up the phone, not to answer the door, not to look at the letter from the pigeon, not to look at the message in the bottle. It's okay. Sometimes it's just, you got to choose yourself first, because if I ain't right, I can't be right with anyone else. And if I flip, everyone gotta run for the hills. So sometimes you gotta pick your own mental health. You gotta, have your chill days. You gotta, reset this. like you do with your iPhone, you know, reset the phone when, you know, sometimes the battery isn't working. You gotta reset this phone. So you can reset that phone, you gotta reset this, and then everything else gets reset. So sometimes I gotta take time for myself, and sometimes that's just like just to me by myself. And I don't do enough of that. So that's something I will be taking more care of as I go into 2020. "14. It's an oldie, but a goodie. You can forgive, but never forget. Because if they did it once, they will do it again." And that is something it's an evergreen one. It's so cliche, it's unreal, but sometimes we just don't learn. We forgive and we forgive and we forgive and we forgive. And I'm not great at forgiving. I'm also not great at forgetting, but what I will do is I will just archive. You know, it's right there. I'll archive it. I think 2020 and the new decade ahead is not about archive. It's about, you know what? Yeah, I forgive you. It's okay. But I see you. I see you. And that's how I'm going to be playing myself this year. My number 15 is, I think since becoming a Christian, I am more fearful of things now. I don't understand why this is. Yeah, literally, I don't understand what it is. I haven't read Revelations. I haven't gone to the back of the book. So I have naturally built this fear over the past 12 months. I don't know where it's come from. But I'm not as fearless as I used to be. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if anyone else experiences this as a new believer, but I'm scared. Like, I want to know what happens. Like, I'm from a culture where people read your palms, you get a book, you get a thing, you know, people can tell you your future, and it's like, this is when you're gonna get married, when you're gonna have children, when you're gonna have a car, when you're gonna have a house, you know, when you're gonna become a millionaire, when you're gonna die. You get to hear about all of this. But I think as a Christian now, you don't do that. So I'm just a bit like, oh, I just want to know. But because of that, what I thought was a safety net of maybe I can go to a pundit and just be like, can you read my hand? And I don't do that now. That was kind of like a safety net for me. A bit like, I don't know, going to a tarot card reader or something. There's always a crutch that someone relies on because they're fearful of the future. And now I don't really have that crutch anymore, because that's not something that a new believer and as a Christian you should be believing in. But I feel like something's coming. And I don't know why I've got this feeling. I feel like something is coming. And something that's been happening in the past couple of months and the past few weeks I've been seeing is, on my phone I keep seeing 111 and 1111, and that's twice a day. I don't know what that means. If anyone can tell me what that means, please write a comment down below. But I don't know what's going on. I feel like something is coming. Don't know why. Really don't know why. But it brings me to a few scriptures that, you know, I've read. I will get scriptures, key scriptures, whether that be Psalms, 56 verse 3, or whether it's Isaiah 41 verse 10. I will get key scriptures on my YouVersion app, my Bible app, in times when I'm really fearful, and which reassures me that, he's there. I'm getting the right messages. I used to get messages in the horoscopes and the Metro newspaper, but now I get my my little, I'm here, kind of from the YouVersion app. So I get these scriptures, but I still feel like something's coming, man. Don't know what it is. So it's easy to say and probably hard to do, but I've got to be less fearful, because he said it, he's done it, it will be done. I've just got to believe. I've got to have that faith and expand my mustard seed of faith into much bigger things. And I think that's what 2020 is going to be about, is expanding that mustard seed. I got my mustard seed in 2019, and now I've got to multiply that mustard seed in 2020 and beyond and create a field of faith. So, yeah. My number 16 is, I know I eat my feelings. I gotta stop being in my emotions. Like, I'm so in my emotions and feelings, it's unreal. Like, I couldn't even have a franchise of Krispy Kremes because I would just eat them all. That's how I'm in my feelings. So I've got to try and control that and understand why I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. I don't really analyze why I'm feeling and really talk about it to anyone or even talk to myself about it. So maybe 2020 might be a time of writing a journal or just jotting things down on paper. So I think that's something that I need to invest in myself. If you know me, you know my number 17 is gonna be funny, but I love to talk in memes and gifs. I'm sorry, people, I don't know whether they like them, whether they hate them, whether it's inconvenient, but that's just me. Please just take me at face value. If I could walk and talk as a meme or a gif, I would do that. So plenty more to come in 2020. My number 18 is, I always knew that I was stubborn. I've got a very, very bad stubborn streak, but I think as I've been going through things in my marriage, as I've been going through certain friendships, I have to break that wall of stubbornness down. So that's a lot of work that I need to do on myself in the coming new year and new decade. It would be no skin off my nose if I back down once in a while. Yeah, I gotta work on that. I don't really believe in it, but I gotta work on it. So, you know, that's that. My final thing that I learned this year is in my moments of anger, I need to learn to stay quiet, because a lot of people take advantage of it. They do. They take advantage of me being in my emotions with my temper and my anger, and they, you know, it's like I can see it happening, but sometimes I just blow. I am literally anger from the Disney and Pixar film Inside Out. That is literally me. Sometimes in the situations that I place myself in, I need to not be in those circles of people, and then not be in the situations, and then when I'm in the circle of people and in the situation that I said I would not be in 2020, when I'm angry, Manny, when you are angry, shut the hell up, because everyone is round that fire of temper getting their hands warm, and there's me just burning in the hellfire. So gotta learn from that. Really gotta learn. So those were my 19 things that I learned this year. Let me know what you think. What have you learned this year? What will you be not taking forward into 2020 and into a new decade? And also, you know, is there anything that I've said that you think is something that you would like to look into, you know, in your situations and in your lives for the following year? Hope you like this video. If you did, please, you know, follow, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Leave me a comment. Please be nice. And I will see you in the new year. I hope you guys have a healthy and prosperous new year. Guys, it's 2020, and I know everyone's going to be on this 2020 vision, but it is really vision. It is a vision. 2020 can't be here to be messed with. And it's a new decade, so we've got to really just, you know, be better, be quicker, be faster. Let's get a Usain Bolt on for the new year. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in it, baby.